But anyway,
True that.
what y'all think
True
about
that.
these college rankings? You
I don't think much of them right now. You kind of figure who's going to be there for the most part. But you never know. A team might have a down year. Right now, I just look at the rankings at the beginning and say rankings are ranking because I don't like a lot of times when, we overhype ourselves or we look at it like we get too settled sometimes as Michigan fans because we'll look at it and we'll say, okay, they doing good. They're ranked number 4, and then, they'll lose a game to a team we didn't really think they should lose to, even though they're a good quality team. But we thinking Michigan is a better team, and they just made too many mistakes, and they actually outplayed themselves. So I'm not really tripping about the rankings right now because who knows? Alabama or Clemson might not be in that role. You might get a couple of injuries or something happen to where those players won't be or the team won't be ranked as high. So I'm not really feeling nothing about it right now. I'm not tripping out or I'm not salty about as far as Michigan ranking because I guarantee you if they keep up what they usually do, they'll be back in the top 5 in no time. I just want them to keep up their consistency and don't focus on that because most times when you focus on it, you start to believe your own hype, and then at the end of the day, when you lose, you'll have a little panic attack. So, yeah, just let us stay where we at, keep us under the radar. I definitely think we're going to make splash this year, so I'm not definitely worried about the rankings, not this early.
right? Mr. Lewis.
Preseason rankings are always they're two things for me. They're kind of exciting to kind of see where everybody's ranked at, and then 2, they're kind of unnecessary. And I'm gonna explain the unnecessary part. I think the unnecessary part to me is nobody's proven yet. Because, you have teams that's revamped. Of course, you have people graduated and went to the draft, stuff like that. Had transfers, you got incoming freshmen, stuff like that or whatever. So I think it's unnecessary to rank teams just based on that fact alone. I think the rankings should be done within about probably when you start the conference the conference game, probably 3 or 4 games into the conference season. That's when I think everybody should be ranked in. That's when the BCS stuff comes out too. So I'll explain the exciting part. The exciting part for me is the fact that you get to see those rankings. You know what I'm saying? And I always I'm a geek. So, from back in the day when I was younger, I used to always get the college football books and stuff like that. Is there any Borders bookstores open still?
I haven't seen any. One was by me in the Dearborn area, and that's closed too.
What was the other bookstore? It was Borders, and it was something else.
Man,
I can't remember the other bookstore.
That's the only one I knew of, Jay. That's
Monique,
sad.
Where Monique go?
Where does she go?
My bad. I had hit the mute button. No, Barnes and Noble is in Dearborn.
There you go.
Allen Park.
There she go. Yeah, Barnes and Noble's where. Yeah. I used to go.
I didn't even know.
Didn't it used to be one of the Borders out at Fairlane Mall?
Borders was at by where Walmart is.
It was no, I know that, but I'm saying out at Fairlane Mall. One of the Borders out there, or what bookstore was out there? It's where the Foot Action is right now. I forget what bookstore it used to be.
I remember being a bookstore.
Yeah, it was a bookstore right in the corner, right across from the
jewelry store.
Right right next door to Sears, and right across from the food court. But anyway.
Oh, over there. Okay.
Yeah, right in the corner.
Yeah.
It used to be a bookstore there. So, I used to go and get, the college football books and stuff and look at all the preseason rankings and stuff like that. So it's exciting in that manner. But like I said, I think it's kind of overhyped. And to see, it seems like Alabama's number one every goddamn year. And I think,
come on, man.
Yeah, and I think that the rankings should be based off of where everybody finished last year, pretty much.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, Clemson should be number one, if anything. Clemson's the defending national champ, so there's no way they should be number 5. And then you got Ohio State at number 2. So I just don't understand that. I don't understand. Penn State at number 6. Michigan blew them out last year, and they lost their bowl game as well. You know what I'm saying? Wisconsin up there. Michigan beat Wisconsin last year. So I don't understand, how they go about rank. I heard they go by like the current roster. So it's like preseason whatever, who got this many starters returning, and the draft class takes effect or whatever.
Okay.
I think it's.
Isn't Harbaugh keeping his roster secret?
Yeah, he is. He always does that.
So how they gonna even rank Michigan? They should just put them in number 1. We don't know what they gonna do. Just say number 1 and let's keep it moving. This is off topic, kind of, sort of. But the show last U University, what was it called? University U something. Anyway, the Netflix show about the football players.
Oh, Last Chance U.
Last Chance U. There we go. I'm gonna start following those players, and some of them was good. Some had, but like this college season, I told myself I'm gonna look them guys up and see if they made it to the schools that they didn't try to make it to. You know what I'm saying? See if they got their second chance. I don't know. I just wanted to share that. I don't even know why. I'm in a caring mood today.
No, you're not.
Well, I know why. Because it's like when you ain't seen your friends in a long time, and there's like a lot of stuff you want to say. I ain't talked to y'all in 2 weeks. Y'all my people. Like y'all part of my every week routine. So, well, go Blue. We hope you do great. CJ, again. I'm being nice, and there you go with your little Gargamel attitude. You know what? I'm gonna continue to be my happy person too. And I
gotta pick on you, my mate.
Man, she said the Gargamel attitude. That's hilarious.
I gotta pick on me.
Let's go to the NFL. Man, I am so mad that I have not been able to see one Green Bay game. Not one. These damn Lions on the television. All these other teams on the television. And I can't watch Green Bay. I got to figure out how to watch one of these games. It says like I get an itch. Like I'm glad football is here. Awesome. Because I can just go to the NFL Network and watch all the preseason games, just sit there all night, all day. I can sit there and watch football. I can just sit and watch it. I don't have to stick with arena. I can watch real people football. But that's what I'm upset about in this. So, Zay, how you feeling about this preseason? How these teams looking to you?
Well, I haven't watched preseason as much. Like I said before, before we even started talking about, the NFL and stuff, we had a conversation. We were talking about the preseason rosters and stuff, and I was saying I've never really been interested in preseason like that. Like I'll watch it here and there, but is nothing to me like the first week of the regular season.
Oh,
Like I usually just binge and watch all the games, pretty much. You know, so I mean, like I said, I catch it here and there, and you don't really get to see too many of the stars play. I was watching the Patriots game the other day, and I mean, I got to see Tom Brady play, got to see the Lions play the other day or whatever. Matt Stafford looked pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I think this season may be more competitive than people think. I think this may be a more competitive season than people think it's going to be. I think it's just going to be a throttle by the Patriots with all the all-season moves they have made. But I think it's going to surprise everybody. But yeah, I really haven't been watching preseason this much. Just I don't know. I'd rather watch something else.
See? Oh, you probably watching the Rangers football, huh? You secretly watching
You said what?
football? You secretly
Nah,
watching
I wouldn't.
football?
I wouldn't do that to myself at all.
Yeah, I'm like, go, ladies, go.
They got some songs on.
See, look at you. Anyway,
delicious.
cute. See, look at y'all, both of y'all.
I'll be watching the this.
Oh my God, I cannot. So, Hugh, what you think is the preseason? So, have you been watching the preseason?
I've dabbled into the preseason to see some of the guys, more or less some of the guys who, like, I've seen Trubisky, you know, who actually looked pretty decent, which I was dogging him out, and I feel kind of bad. I hope I don't have to eat them words, but so far, he looked like he may be starter. They're going to probably not lead him into it right now, but then Mike Glennon didn't look so good, you know, and it's like, I hope now that he's not being scared because now he's the man. So everything falls on him, but he better get it together before he gets that position taken away from him. But looked at a little bit of it, more or less. I haven't looked all the way through yet because I know usually Jay know, and he can explain that too as well. The starters don't really play that much until the third game. You know, and then they kind of force you in that third or fourth game to play a little bit more and be more active as the starters. But the first two games is basically building a rapport with the team, with the guys like the rookies, trying to get more reps as far as learning how the NFL defenses and everything are, and just basically adapting to the game at a pace for like the first 2 weeks, and then you start to see a little bit of starters action. But so far, I've looked into it a little bit. Some of the guys look pretty sharp. Definitely was loving my man Christian McCaffrey. He looks pretty good. Dalvin Cook didn't look too bad, but yeah, I kind of dabbled, but not really into it as much. Like Jay definitely is playing. I'd rather see the season and see how everything dissect, and that's basically what I'm waiting for. Them 2 weeks can't come fast enough.
Man. I'm sorry, y'all, for laughing, but I just read something on my phone. It says, Trump looked at the eclipse without glasses. He's so smart. He's so smart. And he just grinning, looking up at the sun.
I wish it burned his retina.
Man, like, something, maybe I don't know, maybe it'll help. He's so messed up, maybe it'll help. But anyway, so, a couple of more games, a few more weeks of preseason football. Then it's time. Then Jay has actually watched. Then maybe, and I get to see Green Bay. But if anybody out there know how I can see a Green Bay game, let me know. Get at your girl, Molly Ollie.
You talking about preseason?
Yeah, period. I can't like even the next game not televised, at least not here, or that I can watch.
They usually show replay the games too on NFL Network, more.
Yeah, that's why I'm watching the Patriots and the Texans now. But and the Lions play the Patriots. The next game was that Friday, I think.
Yeah.
And the Lions have won both games, go Lions. Even though
Come on
the Lions
now.
preseason can be awesome and their season suck like a baby. And
the last time we went undefeated in the preseason, we went 0-16.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We were the
But
last
we got
stock in the
Radio
league.
as a coach. Was Radio our coach then? I mean, Caldwell.
No.
Damn, why you
My
talking
husband
about
said he
Cowboy
looked like-
Company Radio?
My husband said he looked like Radio, so we call him Radio.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
That's too funny.
But was he the coach when they went 0-16?
Oh,
No.
Okay. So, see, we got Radio, we got a new coach.
Who was that? Who was the coach?
I don't know, a loser.
He's the
that guy.
Cowboys defensive coordinator now.
Yeah.
Was it Marinelli?
Marinelli.
Yeah.
Marinelli.
I'm about to say start with an M.
Marinelli.
Yeah, Schwartz stayed right after.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
They drafted Matthew Stafford that next year, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think.
They had to.
Yeah, we got Stafford that next year.
All right. So, good luck, Lions, Green Bay. So, this about to be real quick. What y'all think they go to? Jay, let you go first.
I'm giving them a chance to win anywhere between 10 and 11 games. I think the roster, especially with a healthy backfield, the backfield can stay healthy with Amir Abdullah, Stafford, of course, can stay healthy. I really think they could do something good in the NFC North. So I'm predicting between 10 and 11 games. They have a challenging schedule. I mean, their schedule is competitive as hell. But I mean, I think they got the talent now. The wideouts are the rookie that they got, Kenny Galladay. He's pretty damn good. So I think he's going to shock a lot of people this year. Golden Tate is going to be Golden Tate, I think. Marvin Jones, I hope he be able to, come along like he was like the first half of I want to say the first half of last year he was real good. I know he struggled during the end of last year, but yeah, I think the Lions going to be competitive this year. I don't think they'll win a playoff game again. I really don't. I don't think they'll get over that hump in a minute. Like, I think if the Lions get over a hump like that, I think they may end up in a conference championship game, like the NFC championship or whatever. But other than that, I just really feel like they're not gonna get past the first round of the playoffs. But I do predict the playoffs for them this year. I know I was looking at some preseason stuff, and they had the Lions going like was it like 5-11 or some shit like that, like winning 5 games. I was like, wow, really?
We've gotten better. Like, I'm not a big Lions person, but we've gotten better. Like, damn, we can win more than 5. At least give us 6.
Yeah, I'm like they went to the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, they just not gonna drop off like that. I don't think.
Not like
you know what I'm saying? They had the Minnesota Vikings, not the Vikings, but they had the Bears over them. I'm like, who the hell wrote this article?
The Bears. What?
Yeah, the Bears. I think we're gonna sweep the Bears this year. I think we're gonna sweep the Bears. We're gonna split.
Crazy.
We're gonna split games with the Vikings and Packers. I think. Yeah.
Man, the Bears ain't been good since my husband Urlacher left. Like I said for the Bears. What?
That's a true story, though. That's a true story.
What?
That's real talk. Since that defense got pedestrian, the Bears ain't been good since.
Man.
Because they offense never been really good. It's always been their defense will set the tone for the offense. Yeah, but since the defense got lackluster, then the offense just really got exposed. So, you know what happened with that. So,
all right,
yeah, but the Lions, I'll say between 10 and 6, 11 and 5. If I have to choose between those two records, I'll go with 10 and 6.
You gotta choose. All right, Hugh, what's your thoughts on this?
I definitely think it's believable of them being 10 and 6. They always seem like they give us a super rough schedule, but I think they'll be able to overcome some of the schedule as well. I just think just because of now we got a more improved offensive line and just hope the defense can stay constant. As long as we do that, I really don't think that we're not going to be that bad. I'm a little afraid, like Jay said, as far as the playoffs. I was talking to a gentleman at the job today. I said, I don't think they're ready to make it past that first round. It's just something about them. It seems like they remind me of the NFC version of the Bengals. It seems like when they get the opportunity, they always put their foot in their mouth when it comes to it. They'll do something silly, like they'll do a bad play or they'll do unnecessary foul, unnecessary roughness. It just seems like when they get there, it seems like they just don't know how to act. I don't think that they're ready yet. I would love to see them go past this first round. I think if they do, they can at least make some noise and try to get to the conference game. I would love to see them in the Super Bowl one year, but I'm not sure. And still, I feel like they need some pieces to that puzzle. They're going to need some strong defensive players on the back end as far as free agency or something. If we could get a huge splash, like a good, healthy cornerback in the splash, to go with Slay, I think that we'll be okay, but it's like we have a decent team. Just missing like some consistent pieces that will take us over the hump. So, yeah, I'm definitely hoping to see them do well, but it's all about them and their discipline as well, because sometimes they just don't do a good job when it comes to being disciplined in that part of the game and that aspect in the heat of the moment. But, yeah, I definitely believe it's believable them being 10 and 6.
All right. Well, I say they're not going to win 10. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at the schedule now, like, I don't know. They might. So I'm going to go 9 and 7. I'll say 9 and 7. I'm going to give them 9 and 7. Because 9 is one of my favorite numbers. So I'm going to go 9 and 7. When I win and I'm right, I'm going to let y'all take me out to eat. Okay?
Everybody taking your greedy ass out to eat.
I'll allow it. They don't act like that.
You greedy as hell. Ain't nobody trying to take you out to eat. Come on, eat.
Look, I could go to a buffet. We could go to CC's Pizza Buffet. It be looking good on TV. Man, I don't know. Slices of pizza. Shoot, I'm a cheap eater. I don't need all. Well, no, sometimes I do. I do require some things. But all right, Lions, we finished talking about y'all. So let's talk about is it Anquan? Anquan. There we go. Anquan Bolden and his retirement. I was reading because I don't know who he is until you sent me a text, and I was like, oh, well, who is he and why is it important? But all I know is he said that in this article I read, and I was like, I support him before I support Colin. What he said was, he said he feels he can still play, but that he won't reverse his course and return to play because my passion for advocacy work, for the advocacy, I hate when I can't talk. My passion for the advocacy work that I do outweighs my passion for football. Like, he wants to make the world better. No, I'm not even trying to play football. If you offer me a job, I'm not going to kneel. I'm not going to stand. I'm not going to be there. Let me get it right. My priorities are making it better, not flip flopping. But anyway, let's not talk about Tyler. Hugh, like who can you tell people like who this guy is and why it's important that why it matters that he announced his retirement?
It was pretty surprising to me because he just signed with the Bills, and I thought when Sammy Watkins left and went to the Rams that persuaded him a little more to make this move. That's why I was like, it's kind of choppy there when I heard that. But I definitely can't be mad at Anquan, man. He's been always quite a professional when it comes to playing football. I believe he and Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald became professionals when they messed with Kurt Warner. He taught them how to play the game and how to be professionals. It wasn't all about them. They were more as a team oriented when it came to him. So I just definitely appreciated it. Got the tough as nails. Me and Jay remember the one time the dude caught a pass across the middle when Kurt Warner was about to retire because he got hit so hard. I think he separated his jaw. And he got surgery done on his jaw. He was out there probably the next week or so later playing football. He brought that toughness back, that old school mentality to football.
Football.
The dude had like super strong hands. It was always fun to see him play because he's always played the game the right way. He never was dirty. You never saw him in the tabloids or doing anything. I think the only thing you can criticize him on, and I don't think that's criticizing because it's a business first, is he wanted more money, and he wasn't having them trying to sucker him and not give him more money, so he went where he felt like he could go to make more money. I think that when Larry made his money, after made them go separate ways, but I really think he was always a professional, and he taught the Lions how to be professionals. He was coming to the practices an hour early, staying an hour later. So I'm hoping that rubs off on those fellas because I know Marvin Jones, the wide receiver, practiced a lot with Randy Moss, and, he was, learning a lot from Randy. So just by working with him and him being a professional he was, I definitely feel like that's going to rub off on the team too. But really good guy, man. Always had a passion for the game, played the game like he should. Couldn't do nothing but say, man, I wish Anquan the best, man, because he deserved it.
No doubt.
Jay?
Yeah, man. I agree with everything Hugh said. I just wanted to add, Anquan is he was one of my favorite players to watch. Ever since I seen him come out of Florida State back in the day, and he lit the Lions up for the first game of the season back in his rookie year. His first catch in a regular season NFL game was for a touchdown against the Detroit Lions. So I'll never forget Anquan Bolden for that. But yeah, he's a stand-up guy, and I heard he was retiring, and I'm just like you. When I saw the message that I had got about him retiring, I was like, whoa. I was like, didn't he just sign with Buffalo? I'm like, damn, why he retired like that? Then I was reading everything. Of why he retired, and they said he really wanted to retire because he wanted to really go into the fight for human rights and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very commendable to do because of what's going on now, and then you see the president we got in the office. So
absolutely.
So somebody to really just it kind of reminds me of how a little bit not on the level because Pat Tillman gave his life, for his country, but
that's that guy.
Pat Tillman. Yeah, he was an Army Ranger or whatever. He got killed in friendly fire during it was a few years ago. About 4 or 5 years ago or so. But it kind of reminds me of that. Somebody who just sees something greater than just playing football every Sunday,
right.
And he's really, he's a great advocate. He was one of the people that really try to make the NFL Players Association strong. Really strong. I mean, he would speak out a lot about some things that was going on. But it really bothers me how a lot of the players within the NFL don't fight for their rights as much. It baffles me. It baffles me how much control they give fight for their rights enough. And it baffles me how they could just let the NFL and the owners just treat them like that. Like everybody. Like you should have a stronger, you should be able to have a stronger union than what you have. You and I was talking about it last week, Monique. We were talking about the unions and how strong the unions are or whatever in each sport. And we were saying that the NHL and the NFL have the two weakest. I think the NFL being the last one. They have the weakest player unions. And I'm just like, why? Why the hell do they have the weakest player unions like that? And this type of stuff shows, with the Colin Kaepernick thing going on and, the NFL doing what they're doing to Colin Kaepernick and stuff like that. And it's crazy that nobody's stepping up, which I think if they were to do something like this in the NBA to somebody, LeBron and all of them. I mean, LeBron. We may not like LeBron, for some of the stuff he does, but LeBron is a big voice and he's an advocate. He really speaks out a lot about these social issues. He went in on Donald Trump after that Charlottesville stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the NBA knows how strong the union is. And the owners don't try to play no game. You see what happened to Donald Sterling. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Anquan Bolden doing something like this is very commendable. And hopefully he can come back to the NFL and take over as the players union president because DeMaurice Smith, even though I think DeMaurice Smith is a good dude. I really do. I think he's a good guy, but he just I really think he puts his tails between his legs too much. He wants to. I think he wants to just go with the letter of everything instead of actually just fighting tooth and nail, fire for the players. And I just think it's not. They don't need that. They need people that stand up for them. And I think with Anquan Bolden doing this human rights thing or whatever, I think he could possibly come back and take that job. And I'm hoping that he will do something like that. Because I really love his fight and his his ability to touch people.
Absolutely.
All right, well, Anquan, I hope you enjoy your retirement and hope you help a lot of people. So
yeah, more power, brother.
We getting to the end of our football talk. I don't wanna. Well, anyway, speaking of retirement, and he said he will not come out of retirement to return to the game of football. But two ex-players decided to pull the Michael Jordan and come on out of retirement and see what they can do. Now, if they don't know, maybe they didn't learn from, they pulled the mic. I don't know if they even paid attention to his career when he came back after retirement, but I don't think it was all that great. I'm just saying. And if you're in a situation, or if you're a person like Jay Cutler, whose career should have been over,
True.
a few years ago, maybe you should have stayed unretired, stay retired. Marshawn, on the other hand, he was still down here doing his thing. He's just like, fuck y'all. I'm going to retire because I don't want to be here.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So, do you think that they both should came back, or you think one of them should have just went to Florida, went to Key West or something, or went back to the booth? Look, not trying to sway your vote or nothing, you know. But what do you think of these coming out of retirement folks?
When it comes to Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Mr. Beast Mode, I feel like
Right.
that with him, I know there was a lot of friction going on over there in Seattle, you know, and we all heard about it. You know, it all started going back from their last Super Bowl win. You know,
Right.
It was like they were like kind
When
of
they
separate from the Percy Harvin and, you know, Russell Wilson. It was like beast mode on this side, this person on this side. They kind of selectively choose sides. And the whole thing with my man's Richard Sherman, it came out where they were talking about shopping him because they felt like he was a really big voice in that locker room. And I feel like what it is they're trying to shut those players down because, you know, Richard Sherman's a big personality, Doug Baldwin, Michael Bennett. They have too many big personalities over there as far as black males. You know, we all know what he did when he sat down, you know, Michael Bennett for the anthem, you know, and when you look at it, it's like, I just feel like Marshawn coming back is good for football, and he wants to come back home to play. So, you know, you put two and two together, I think that was a really hell of a comeback for him. But as far as Jay Cutler, I don't know. I mean, maybe he played well with Adam Gase, but, you know, a lot of times he makes a lot of bad decisions because he feels like his arm is stronger than what it really is. I definitely didn't like him when he said his arm was stronger than Elway's. I thought he was going to crack rock, but I mean, that's another topic, but yeah, it just really felt like Marshawn, you know, he left and he knew that he still had it. He just didn't like that situation. But we all hear rumors about the Seattle. They're just trying to be nice as far as the players and as far as for Pete Carroll's sake, because I feel like he's a good player coach. But that's why I think he didn't like that, you know, atmosphere, and that's why he wanted to bail the hell out. That's why he did what he did. But as far as Jay Cutler, he should have stayed in that booth, man, chill with his beautiful-looking wife and relax, man, because, like you said, it depends on how he played this year. I don't know. I really don't have faith in him. You know, maybe he will prove me wrong, but I'm definitely betting against that. If I was a better man, I'd be rich. He's not going to really produce like everybody thinks he would.
Right.
But I think Marshawn, great. Jay Cutler, he should have stayed in retirement. For his sake.
Maybe. Right. It's an article that I
He was
found.
hilarious.
It said, why the Jay Cutler experiment will or will not work and, like, work with the Dolphins. And they went on, like, why it's, you know, he got a good team behind them and, you know, all this stuff and da-da-da. He's not going to have to, you know, take care, you know, shoulder most of the offense. And they say Wiley will bomb. They say because it's a questionable offensive line, his age and his health. And they say, last but not least, because he is Jay Cutler. Like, that right there is enough. Like,
no.
They say he only had, let's see, most NFL fans are well aware of the signal caller's well-documented incompetence to lead a team. In Cutler's 11th season in NFL, he has only a single playoff appearance, going 1-1 in 2011 postseason. Like, dude, everybody know he should have been gone, but I guess they didn't want to get Collins to come be a quarterback because, you know, he hadn't retired and, you know, he's a flopper. Anyway, let me leave him alone. I'm gonna get off his back. I'm gonna leave Tap alone. I think people are starting to dislike me because I point out, you know, facts about him. And they
College needs that mixed love, though. You know what I'm saying? College just don't need to sprinkle the black people. He needs the white people because, you know, he ain't 100%. He needs that, you know.
Hello.
He needs that sprinkle love. That's what he needs. You still no white people, no, you boy. I think they didn't like his ass once he pulled out that fro, though. Once he got that full-fledged fro, that was it.
Hey, look, baby, he needs to be like Michael Vick said, cut his hair. Get you some 360s. They can relate to that, or a mohawk or something. That's a universal hairstyle.
Oh, he got that mohawk, boy. They'd have been loving it.
There we go. Cool, man.
You know, white people want black hair. They want afros. They got dreads. You saw the picture of that Klansman with the dreads, right? So I'm just saying, they want to be like us. How you gonna hate us, but you taking our dreads?
Like Paul Moody. I know y'all heard Paul Moody say everybody want to be a nigga, but they don't want to be a nigga.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, they do.
Well, that's the best thing I ever heard.
You ain't lying.
Well, Jay, what you think about this?
Oh my goodness! I really wish I had Stephen A. Smith's personal number so I can call him so he can go off on Jay Cutler. But I'd love to hear what Stephen A. go off on Jay Cutler because I feel the same way about him. And he came out of retirement solely for money. I mean, this is a 1-year contract for $10 million. You really think he there to try to help the Dolphins win?
I'd be there too.
He there exactly. He there to get his money solely to get his money and to make the Dolphins look decent in the absence of Ryan Tannehill. He's not there to make them competitive to the point where they're competing in the AFC, getting to the playoffs, or winning the Super Bowl. He don't care. He just came out of retirement, which he just went into, and won some money, which you can't knock him for filling his pockets. If the Dolphins want to be stupid enough to get this dude $10 million plus some mediocre-ass play, which is what they're going to get out of him, what you going to expect? So, whatever. I'm not even faulting Jay Cutler for that. I would have came out, like Monique just said, I would have came out retirement too and took their money like some idiots, like, oh, thank you, dummy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think Jay Cutler should have stayed retired. He should have enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, the broadcast booth thing, you know, the commentary part of it or whatever. There's nothing else you're going to be able to do. Ain't like he coming back to win no damn Super Bowl or nothing on the stack team or nothing like that. You're probably going to get hit a couple of times. You're probably going to get beat up, you know, so, you know, yeah, he should have stayed retired. But Marshawn wasn't done. That's why I think he came back more than anything. I don't think Marshawn Lynch was done with football. And like you said, he was done with that situation over in Seattle. He wasn't done with football. And he was smart enough to be like, well, they probably ain't going to trade me, so I'm going to just retire. So when he came back, they knew, like, he ain't going to play for us, so let's just let him, you know, let the Raiders have his rights or whatever, forget it. You know, and it was a chance to play in his hometown. So he like, forget it. I'll play in my hometown for a couple years till they move to Vegas, and then peace. You know, so I think for Marshawn, the reason he's really retired was because of the situation over there in Seattle. And, you know, these days with the concussion stuff going on, the TCE stuff going on and all that, you know, I think a lot of players are trying to make money fast and retire quick and early in their careers. That's why I think Calvin Johnson ultimately retired, but we're starting to see that, you know, he was kind of saucy about the Lions situation. But I don't think Calvin Johnson is going to come back, though. Like, I don't care what situation it is. I don't think he's coming back. I just think it's a matter of, okay, I got over 100-something million. I'm about to have fun with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to build me a family. I'm about to chill. You know what I'm saying? And do what I need to do. But like I said, with Marshawn, I think he wasn't done. So he got that chance to, I could play for Old Town. That I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he giving it a go, and I think he's going to have a good season. I mean, he's Marshawn Lynch. He's beast mode.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't call him beast mode for nothing. He beast mode. So, you know, I think he's going to have a good season. And out of the two, of course, it's an easy choice. I think Marshawn is the one that should be back on the field, and Jay Cutler is the one that should have stayed retired. So.
See, we can agree on stuff, Jay.
Yeah, we can. You got some sense sometimes.
You too, my buddy.
Shut up, one day.
Yeah, silly. But isn't Marshawn Lynch the one when they was in the Super Bowl and, like, instead of, like, either handing it off to him or throwing it to him, they did something else and lost? Was that Marshawn Lynch?
You think I wasn't thankful, though? That's him?
Yeah. And the Super Bowl, they threw the ball. We got Malcolm Butler picked it off, and they was on the 1 yard line. Like, why not run Marshawn Lynch in? But I'm glad because you and I are thankful for that decision because we got to celebrate the Patriots Super Bowl. So, thank you,
I love you,
Carroll.
Marshawn. I love
Appreciate
that. We should have gave us some roses or some fruit basket or some shit.
Right.
Oh man.
Hey, they got a nice little. I'm watching this Patriots game. They got a nice little what's his name? Bennett. His quarterback for the Patriots is doing it, but his line is falling apart. Like they're getting into him quick.
Oh yeah, but then they don't got the real line in there. They ain't trying to hurt them dudes.
I know.
Shit.
But I'm saying, like, you're trying to get on the team. Shouldn't you? You're not supposed to let them get to the quarterback like that.
Yeah, that's the sad part too.
Right.
Dudes are trying to get. That's why we don't watch that rest of that crap. Once our players leave, like when Tom left, I left. I ain't even going. All right.
Trying to watch that shit.
They getting straight to him like he a runner like Dante Culpepper, is that him? The guy,
you talking about the Kobe?
No, the quarterback, the black quarterback. What was his name? Then he came to Detroit out of retirement or something.
Yeah, Culpepper.
You know how he used to run. So they're supposed to extend it. My computer went down, but if I remember right, to 2024. And he created so many enemies. And now with all his crazy, that I'm like, how are they saying that it's? I don't know. He causing a whole lot more than he's helping, and he making the NFL soft. Like they're a bunch of pansies out here now. Girly ball. They might as well have thongs. They probably got on thongs under their jerseys.
On the one thongs I like it. On the one pair of thongs I like to watch, it's the LFL. Don't get it twisted.
You need to tell the NFL to get trying their ball, trying their underoos, trying their Joe boxes. So, but yeah, good. What you think about this, Jay?
I actually couldn't wait for us to talk about this because while we were talking about the Anquan Boldin situation, I was looking at ESPN Sports Center, with Jamel Hill and Michael Smith, and I happened to see a graphic that they had that really shocked me. They have the highest sports contracts, like as far as money made, from 2005 to
Oh yeah.
2016.
It's 212 million he's made.
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez was one. He had 269 million. Kobe Bryant was second with 233. And then Roger Goodell comes in with 212 million.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
What?
Like,
What?
like, how is a commissioner up there money wise with athletes? So to me, something don't sit well with that. For one, for two, the owners are out of their goddamn mind to extend this guy for as long as they're talking about doing. What is that? Another 6 years for extending him. Yeah, for extending this man. So they're out of their damn minds for that. And for three, what has he really done to improve the NFL like that? Like, what has he really done to earn all of that money, for one, and for two, to earn contract extensions, and especially with the heat he gets from players, from coaches, from some of the owners? Why would they sign this man back for 6 more years? It's baffling to me. It doesn't make sense. Something's not adding up to me.
But I mean, Trump our president, so shit. I mean,
yeah, that point there.
Well, that right there. Where it's not making sense right now. We got a motherfucking piece of produce as our president. Like, come on now. But about his money, they say in fiscal year he made in 2015 he made $32 million. And over in his first 10 years as a commissioner, he's made $212.5 million.
Jesus.
So, I mean, that's a nice amount. 10 years and you're making millions. I mean, I can see it. That's not bad. You know, but I mean, what do he, like you said, what do you do to, tell me what to do so I can earn $32 million, because the NFL, like, ratings are going down, not because of the Colin Kaepernick thing, but before that they were going down. You know what I'm saying? You got all this controversy surrounding your players, the teams, the owners. What are you doing, Mr. Goodall? Anyway. Hugh, what you think of your boy, Roger?
Man, you know, I already hate Roger, man. What I'm surprised about, like the Jay said, they fucking retarded, man. Come on now. Where are the owners with balls? Where are the Roger Krafts at? You know, where is Jerry Jones, man? He just
that's what I say. Where's Jerry Jones?
Right. Yeah, come on, y'all gonna get this dude an extension? It's like, really? And that's why when y'all notice that they want to get more games, think about it, man. Who's the pimp who's definitely cracking the whip on everybody? Roger Goodell. He wants them to get more games in. He wants them to make that extra money. Think about it. He'd probably be the top two if they had 2 extra games. They have less games than both, man, and he's making that much money. That should tell you something. I just really feel like it's a joke. I feel like I'm surprised, though. I just didn't think that when it comes down to that, the owners and the players will let that happen, man. There's too much going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, it seems like when they were saying that he was supposed to be getting a contract extension or he was in contract talk, that's when all of a sudden he want to, we're going to check into marijuana and see if it's going to help the players as far as the health, you know, because when they're getting hurt, you know, now, you know, we want to kind of do our research on it, see if marijuana can help them ease some of their pain. You know, we want to do research and see if that's okay. But like a guy could punch his wife in the face and he was getting 2 games of suspension until everybody got on his ass about it. And then that's when he withdrawed and tried to make a more stricter, you know, situation out of it. You know, when the women came up and rose above and talked about it, you know, you didn't want them activists talking about it. But then you look up now, too, and all of a sudden you want to check on weed as far as it's helping the players with their health. And now all of a sudden I know y'all can check this out, too, when he was like, he's not going to, be to the point where he's so aggressive or he's on a player's ass because they take a knee. He said, well, hey, if that's how they feel, he's for it. He will back them on it. And I'm like, where's all this shit coming from? Why is this all of a sudden being said? And then you see all of a sudden his contract was extended. It's like, man, you see where he was coming from. He was trying to get in where he fit in on both sides. He's trying to kiss on his ass, and he's trying to kiss up to the players now, and he got his wish, basically. So thank you, you dumbasses, for letting this happen. All of you. Players, y'all stupid.
Yeah,
the more just a fucking coward.
Yep.
It's the owner. The committee is chaired by the Atlanta Falcons owner, and he's been pushing for this to get going. And I'm like y'all said, where are these people with balls at? Where did the balls in America go?
Right.
Like, what took them? Did Lorena Bobbitt just walk around like, oh, taking your balls, your balls, your balls? You have no balls. You have no balls.
I think she did.
Like,
She's straight dangling them.
Right. She get wearing around her neck like a voodoo priestess or some shit.
Hell no.
Wow. Anyway. That's an image. But well, we all hope that
I swear.
Roger does not get an extension and he can be done in 2019. But the question is, who would be his replacement? You know? Like, I couldn't find, like, who is the next in line if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, if they don't extend it. Because he's doing something for somebody, to somebody, for somebody, to, if they talking about extending him. And all the crap that's going on with him, you know?
I agree.
Agree 100%.
Man, what are we going to say? So let's talk about I'm gonna switch something up. Let's talk about the Lakers and being under investigation of tampering with Paul George. Hugh.
Oh yeah, Giorgio. I can't even be mad at them boys, man. But at the same time, I just really feel like it's hogwash. I feel like now when it comes down to it, it's like the Pacers are not even relevant. Hell, they wasn't relevant with him on there. Remember we was making fun of him because Jay was like, hey, you know, how come we make fun of the Pacers and what happened with that whole situation? And we was like kind of clowning, you know, everybody else. And I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely was clowning Paul. I threw something up. I didn't think y'all saw it at the time of the playoffs. And, you know, I was pissed because, you know, I had to hate just a little bit on this dude because remember the commercial with the Gatorade where he was going off on the Pistons, like dogging their asses out. And so I saw it caught the feelings, and I was like, well, shit, if he did that against the Pistons on this commercial, how come he couldn't have his bum-ass team the Gatorade, you know, and do better when you had a 25-point lead and you blow it at halftime? You couldn't even win a game. And I just feel like that's a bitter team. You know, the whole thing with Larry Bird, I don't think Larry Bird want to be here anymore. And then, you know, you got the Paul George leaving. That was another kick in the face. And then now I just feel like they lashing out. Because when I heard, too, about the whole Jimmy Kimmel, Magic Johnson thing, when it was like, well, would you basically be, you know, being a little over-aggressive if you saw him and you was like, hey, what's up, Paul George, man? You know how everything going? You know, you think about joining the Lakers? And he was like, no, I wouldn't talk about that. I said, hey, man, what's going on, man? He said, I wasn't talking about as far as joining the Lakers, but I, you know, talked to him and kind of winked my eye, you know, giving the idea. But, you know, I thought he was joking around. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But I thought that they caught too much feelings about that because regardless of the fact, I didn't think the Pacers were going to do a damn thing right now. And it even got worse because he just basically manned up on him. He didn't do a Carmelo when he did with Denver, but it was damn near borderline. But he was like, hey, y'all might as well just trade me off because I'm not staying here after free agency. And they wanted to get something before they got nothing. And that's what most people are doing now. They'll say, I'd rather get something or some type of quality to just let him walk. We've seen it happen too many times. And I just feel like right now the Pacers are a little bitter. And I definitely believe within after this year, I really think so heartily that L.A. is going to try to put a monster team together because they haven't been relevant for a while. And now I just think that they're trying to bring some type of spark back to the Lake Show. Definitely with the Clippers being the big brother for so many years, even though they haven't really been doing much, but that just tells you how much the Lakers been doing as of late.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, what do you think about this?
I think everything started a little bit after the playoffs when the Pacers got waxed by the Cavaliers after they should have beat the Cavaliers in at least a game or two. But what happened was right afterwards, Paul George was like what Hugh was saying, but Paul George was a little bit more candid about it. He was like, I'm gonna go to the Lakers, pretty much. Like, I wanna play in LA. He said he wanted to play in LA. And if I'm not mistaken, this was before Magic Johnson got put ahead of basketball operations for the Lakers.
Yes.
So
I agree.
So my whole thing is, like Hugh was saying, the conversation they had. That conversation was pretty much, I mean, it's null and void. Like if they try to bring that conversation up to say that was tampering or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing too, I don't know what it is, but if you guys can kind of put two and two together, when it comes to the Lakers, man, they really try to block a lot when it comes to the Lakers. They did the same thing with Chris Paul when Chris Paul was supposed to get traded over there to the Lakers or whatever from the Hornets at the time. They blocked that, and he ended up going to the Clippers instead. You know, and now, you know, with this whole tampering thing and stuff like that, and you know, that could potentially mess up, you know, Paul George's chances of going to the Lakers if that's where he want to go, you know what I'm saying, after this year or whatever, you know, if he don't extend with the Thunder, if he likes to play with Russ or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's the NBA is. They're very tedious when it comes to certain stuff. It's like the NBA will nitpick stuff to death, you know, and it'll be making sense. Like this whole thing does not make sense at all. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Agreed.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid. It's 100% stupid, and they need to just leave it alone. You know. But it's something they got against the Lakers. For real. Like for real, something they got against LA over there. They trying to keep them down for, I guess, a certain amount of time before they let them, you know, before they let the Lakers get back to prominence where they I think they belong. But oh well. Whatever. Whatever. You know.
I think it's because it's Magic. And, you know, I mean, Magic a rich black man. It's Magic. Like,
Got a point. Got a point.
So, I mean, you know, hey, you don't want the big black man coming to take your people, your players, do you? They already taking the women. They already taking the women from them. Little boys taking the women from them.
Oh Lord.
So you that was this anyway. So yeah, whatever, Lakers, get it together. Lakers, Pacers, whoever. Nobody cares about basketball. Oh, I be saying that out loud. But no, I hope everything work out because they can get up to like a $5 million fine, restrictions on drafts, all different types of stuff if they found guilty of tampering with when I saw that tampering, I said, what they mean? What they done did to this grown man? But I guess like they should say trying to be in negotiations because tampering sounds like they didn't cut a wire or something. You know, it's not gonna work or you know what I'm saying? Like somebody tampered with my brakes. I'm not gonna stop. You know, like the whole tampering thing had me through all, and I was looking like, what? What is he? Anyway, I'm sure they'll work it out. So y'all boy Blake Griffin said that LeBron will be playing in New York before LA. What you think of that, Hugh?
Man, he needs to shut his ass up because that's definitely not going to happen. New York's probably the worst organization right now. They don't even cater to their veteran players and their alums who is on the team. The whole thing happened with Oakley should have never happened. We should have never seen nothing that bad and that obvious. And then I was hearing a lot of rumors about that when this Oakley thing happened. And I know Stephen A. definitely jumped on that. He said, man, they're not loyal to the ex-players and the guys who played and, had their blood, sweat, and tears shed throughout that basketball court. They just don't show them the respect that they deserve. And on top of that, it really feel like that's just really a good organization to be. It's really sad when people just back out like when you trying to get a general manager position and everybody backs out because nobody's really sure about what they're doing there. Just like, man, they got people in there that don't even know what the hell going on. Like they got the three blind mice just running the operation. Nobody want to deal with that in New York. And it's been really bad for a long time now, and I believe a lot of this started when they let Carmelo kind of bully his way over there. And it definitely didn't help because his production is his production. It's not like he's helping the team. So, yeah, it's really a shitstorm over there. And then until they clean that up and start from scratch, I don't even see anything improving. But I just don't think that LeBron would want to go in a situation like that, definitely after dealing with what he had to deal with his boy Kyrie. So, yeah, I don't see that. That's really a joke, and I don't even think that even stands. So, yeah, I'm looking into that situation and hearing Blake, and I just think Blake needs to worry about his own damn team because after losing Chris Paul, it doesn't really seem like they got that person over there yet to actually really orchestrate that offense. So he needs to focus more on his team and stop focusing on LeBron, and that's what everybody's damn problem is. They want to focus on everybody else, but they don't want to focus on their damn self. So that's what I'm looking at with this whole thing right here.
Real talk.
Oh, man. Yeah, nobody wants to be in New York. All right. Who wants the Knicks? Are they still the Knicks? They're still the Knicks, right? No?
Mm-hmm.
What team changed their name? That one of the New York team has changed their name?
They just changed you talking about the Brooklyn. You talking about Brooklyn Nets instead of New Jersey Nets.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Them. But
Fair down.
don't do that, y'all.
Crazy.
She said that with so much anger, didn't she?
Oh, them.
I only know because I had a sports writing class and I was writing about all the famous people, the celebrities that have ownership in teams, and Jay-Z popped up with them. So that's the only reason I know about that. So let's talk about something I like to talk about. And I don't care what y'all
Damn,
like to say.
You just gonna skip over me like that?
Well, I'm excited. You didn't talk.
You just gone. You skipped over me.
Was that on purpose?
I don't know. Was it? Or you forgot?
Good question. Good question. Yeah, I probably forgot. It happened. I was researching.
That's foul.
I was honest.
Oh, no.
I was reading, and yeah, y'all know I could really care less about basketball, so it's really not something I want to talk about anyway. But no, go ahead, Jay. What you think
I don't probably forgot, huh? I need something else.
I was reading, man. Sorry.
Blake Griffin's an idiot. I really that's why I wanted you to come back to me so I can say that. Blake's an idiot, and the reason I say that is because I don't know why he wouldn't focus more on getting somebody to come play with him other than just saying somebody is going to go somewhere else. And this is kind of what Chris Paul was saying about Blake Griffin when he was playing with him, and he let Zach Randolph tell him to suck his dick and all this stuff, and all this type of crap, and call him a punk and a pussy and all types of stuff on the court. And this goes to that soft demeanor. You need to be worrying about your team, man. You need to be worried about that raggedy team over there that you got, and somebody getting you the ball or throwing you lobs or whatever you like to do, because the Clippers might not even make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna have to get it together over there. So, and as far as the Knicks, to even pick that team is ridiculous to me, that he would even say something like that. You know what I'm saying? Would even think, oh yeah, the Knicks. He gonna go to the Knicks of all teams. He'll go to the Knicks. That's just comical to me. But yeah, all in all, he's way off base with this. I feel like LeBron gonna end up going to LA or something like that. He's tired of Cleveland, and going to play for James Dolan is just like staying in Cleveland and playing for my man. I mean, they about the same people to me. So yeah, LeBron's not stupid like that. He's not going to stay there. So I will take a stab at it and say LeBron going to end up in LA after next year.
All right. So, anybody else on here I skip? Nobody?
On each other.
I was making sure. I want to make sure. But let's get to something exciting. Reality TV. Oh, yeah. Ratchet TV at its finest. And some of our finest athletes have decided to jump into the reality TV game. And it is so many more that I did not even know. Like, I don't know all athletes because, I don't know everything. But it is so many of y'all athlete folks that is on here. Like Mike Vick just got on the show on VH1, him and his wife. And she went off on him. She checked him about what he said about Colin Kaepernick. But what do y'all as guys, and like sports is supposed to be so manly and, and reality TV is more feminine, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all think of, like, when y'all see athletes? You might not watch it all the time, but y'all see parts of these reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
So what do y'all think? And maybe you just watched it because there was an athlete on there to see what kind of craziness or how they was going to represent, or, you know what I'm saying, like what it was going to be. So what do y'all think about athletes, retired and active, on reality TV? Jay, so I don't forget you, boo-boo. You're number one. You can go first. Gold star.
I really think it's comical because that's what reality TV is anyway. It's entertainment. It's comedy, and coming from the entertainment business as far as basketball, football, baseball, whatever whatever the athlete does, that's kind of the same field. Now, I do agree with what you just said as far as it being more of a female programming, because women usually just like the whole reality TV type deal. They like to see the drama and the arguing and stuff. Women just attracted to that type of crap. But I would watch it based on the simple fact that, it is like an athlete. Let me see what his life is like, or let me see how he even acts. Even though it's kind of scripted, it may be scripted a little bit. Let me see. I watch wrestling. That's scripted. So I might as well. I can watch a little bit of reality TV. Get a laugh here and there, or whatever. Yeah, that's all it is, really, with some athleticism put in it. That's all it is. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I don't think it's bad. I think anything that puts money in your pocket, I wouldn't call it bad at all. I don't think they're selling out per se. You know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. So I just think they're sticking in the realm of the entertainment business, where they find a little bit of comfortable, that's a comfortable setting for them. So yeah, it doesn't bother me to see that. I actually got to go check that Mike Vick thing out. I hadn't seen it yet. It's called what?
It just started. Ballers. It just started.
Oh, that's the name of the rock show.
Yeah. Or it's called Baller Wives. I'm sorry, Baller Wives. There we go.
Baller Wives. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But so, have you seen any reality, Jay? Have you seen any reality shows that saw an athlete on there and was so shocked? What is he now? Reality shows can also be like Dance with the Stars is kind of can fall under that, reality competition, stuff like that.
Right.
So was there any athletes that you were surprised to see on any reality show, something like that?
I was actually surprised to see Jerry Rice on Dancing with the Stars.
Didn't he
win? I was
win?
surprised to see that one. No. I think Emmitt Smith won. If I'm not mistaken. I think Emmitt Smith won. I don't think Jerry Rice won. I think he got far, but I don't think he won. Who else? Cordell Stewart. He was on one of the shows. Was it Basketball Wives?
He was
something
on
like that. Yeah.
Real Housewives.
Or something like that. Or no, Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? Yeah.
Yeah, with Portia.
He was on that. Yeah. So that surprised me with him being on there. So yeah. As far as the athletes being on TV and stuff like that, like T.O. was on TV before. As far as they were kind of promoting that a little bit on ESPN. So I kind of knew about that one, but just to, show up, like a show-up type deal or whatever, you not really knowing that they on the show, yeah, it would have to be those guys.
Yeah, okay. Hugh, what you think of the athletes crossing over into the reality TV, and anyone particular that you saw that you was like, wait a minute, it's come to this? So that's what I think. But
when I see them on there, it don't really bother me as much. But just really, I usually be surprised when I see athletes on like those shows. Period. More or less, I think they do that to stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Like say for instance, like if you're retired, like Mike Vick or whatnot, or some of them that help them as far as their, pushing their pedestal. Man, it definitely I guess, like they say, publicity is better than no publicity, whether it's good or bad. So that's what I think that all comes from. And the one that shocked me was actually, even though it shouldn't have shocked me because it seems like he always liked the limelight, was to see Floyd Mayweather take time out of boxing because at the time, it was like a lot of people wanted to see him fighting so many fights. It was like, Floyd took that time. I was like, shit, I'm going to retire, do a little something I want to do, dodge some of these fights I don't want to fight. And that's how I looked at it at the time. And I was like, damn, Floyd, there's a lot of guys out there that want to fight you, and you dancing on Battle with the Stars. That's remember before he got into that big fight with Ricky Hatton, man, there's a lot of guys out there gunning for him then. That I don't think that he actually faced. But, yeah, it was a lot of competition out there at the time when he said he felt like he did everything in the sport and retired because there was a lot of guys who were just really coming their own as boxers. And, yeah, I wanted to see him fight them. But don't really have no problem with them being on reality shows. Most of them, like I was saying, it just helps them as far as giving them a bigger platform. So if that's what they want to do, more power to them. But definitely was surprised to see the Floyd on Dancing with the Stars, and definitely at that time when, like I was saying, there was a lot of big fights out there for him. And it seemed like he was dodging.
All right, so I'm going to tell y'all some first how I feel that I like reality TV. I like it because it's funny. I also like it because my life is nothing like that. I don't like drama. I don't like all of the unnecessary fighting and all this other stuff. It's not.
So why watch it? Why watch it?
Because why play killing games on? I like play killing video games. I mean, I want to kill people. It's entertainment. It's something I'm not gonna do in my regular life. That's why I watch it because it's not what I deal with. So why not? It's entertainment. It's funny. And the fact that they'll embarrass themselves on TV and have people think all of this stuff about them because they decided to go along with the producer's suggestion or because they are just actually really batshit crazy. It's just entertainment. This is the same reason you watch wrestling. It's entertainment. And they get athletic on there. Because they be fighting. They be jumping over tables, dodging, glasses, all that stuff. They get athletic on there. They get heels down the street and not spill a drink, sip out of their cup. They run and they get to where they're going to cut somebody out and they drink because it's all they go. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. Like, dang, they are athletic without their husbands, boyfriends, baby daddies, or fat teachers. Whatever the title they are, they get athletic too. But here's a list of different people, athletes that have been, or are still involved with reality TV. So like I said, Mike Vick on the new show on VH1 called Ballers. Then we had Matt Barnes, who just played for Golden State, was on Basketball Wives with his ex-wife Gloria, who ended up banking the coach. Yeah, and Matt Barnes went to the house. Yeah, he went to the house. And look, the fighting stuff wasn't even on reality TV, but Matt was before that. Before the breakup, he was on reality TV. I didn't know who he was. I was like, who's? Oh, he's a cute little light skin. Look at his hair. Then they said he played basketball. I said, oh. And then he came back. Like, he's playing now. Like, go ahead, Matt. Look, you lost the wife.
Man, if he played football, it would have been different, Mo. He said that he played basketball. If he played football, it would have been different. You said, and then I found out he played basketball, and I said, oh.
Right. Yeah. Oh, if I would have known he played football. I would have known. I would have known what team. But then we got Eddie George was on the SWV show because he's married to
I forgot about that.
Taj.
Taj.
And I'm so mad because when he first started, we got married, right? And then come to find out he's married to this old ugly girl. I was angry. Like, I can sing And it wasn't right. It wasn't right. I had to stop watching the show because I couldn't keep seeing him with her. This makes me angry. Say, no, she cool. I got a lot of NFL husbands. Don't judge me, okay? I might say my husband a lot, but Brett Favre is my number one husband. He the main one. Then you had Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens. Now, T.O. had his show, and Chad Ochocinco was on there a few times. But Chad double-dipped because he was on Basketball Wives with his ex-fiancée that he headbutted, Evelyn Lozada.
Oh.
But, you know, as I talk about these people, I see why they was on reality TV. He headbutting folks. That's what they do on reality TV. They fight. They fight. And then Doug Christie is on
I remember that.
Basketball Wives.
Basketball Wives.
He's on crazy, batshit crazy
Jackie.
wife.
It's like nuts.
And they is just the freakiest of the freaky people. Like, they have an anniversary. Every year they get remarried. And they have, like, or a party or something. And it'd be, like, last year, like, they did something with, like, this total sexual everything. Like, I was like, damn, Doug. You ain't even got to cheat. Your girl's a freak. She gonna follow you. She gonna send you to make a mold of the cat to send to you, so you ain't got to mess with nothing. Like, probably got her voice on to anything. She crazy like that. But, yeah, Doug Christie. But, again, he stay calm. He trying to calm her down. He don't get into the crazy. He be like, now, look, girl, you gotta get this shit together. Deion Sanders had his own show.
Yeah,
him and his
I remember
wife.
that.
Eric Williams, was that on Not on His Head?
Oh, that ugly ass nigga.
Oh, yeah, the dude that look like a Cleon. That dude look like a Cleon.
Man, yes. No, not a Klingon. Remember that guy on Deep Space Nine that worked in the Ferengi? That's what it was like, the Ferengi. Except like somebody took his other knot off. That's what that is. His Ferengi.
That was a terrible
because we know these terms. We are geeks, dude. You know that, right? Like, we should know the I don't even know the species names that specific off of Star Trek. And then we got Juan Dixon. I don't know who he played for or played for.
He played for the University of Maryland. Then he got drafted by the Pistons. And he just What was he on?
He's on Real Housewives of Potomac, living with his ex-wife that he cheated on. They still live together, but he cheated on them. But they're not together now, and she's scared to date, and he don't really want to be there. He just there for the kids, and he don't want to break her heart again. I'm telling you, this is why he is on reality TV. Then we had Ed Hartwell was on the first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Floyd Mayweather was not only on Dancing with the Stars, but he was on What Chili Wants when he was dating Chili from TLC.
He was dogging her out like, well, that's so funny. He was dogging her out.
So, yeah, it's a lot of them.
Oh, he dogged her out so bad.
I was like, wow. And I didn't even know some of these athletes. Like, it's a lot. They had a Baseball Wives too. Like, I'm waiting for Hockey Wives, Lacrosse Wives, Tennis Wives. Like, I mean, come on, just do Sports Wives. That's what they should do. Just Sports Wives. Like the show Wags. They got boys. It's just girls. All their boys. They either you a wife, a girlfriend, or a side chick. Or these athletes. It's a whole show. Like, dude, like, this your side piece. Ain't your wife gonna see the show? Or does she already? Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if it was the athlete, but somebody said that they do it to expand their repertoire, so they possibly other jobs and broadcasting, acting, to step out, and also like Jay said about NFL earlier, they try and get in, get out, get the money, get in, get out. So they need something else to do once they leave. Like, nope, I paid 5 years and I don't even know my name every other day. I forget who I am. So I can't do that. Let me just go to reality TV, get slapped by a woman and wine thrown in my face. Okay.
I didn't get her up. She wanted to go up.
Again, the same time me, I think you couldn't let her in the damn door.
You just find it out here. I got this one.
He had to close that door. You go get it. He go get some water thrown in his face like he on reality TV.
Uh-oh.
Monique, shut up.
Oh, you can hear me? I didn't know you could hear me. Oh, man, but I can see, it's a few athletes now that I can see. Like, also, Metal World Peace was on Basketball Wire also. Ain't that Ron Artest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on there. His wife, he was in a few scenes because his wife was on there. So, yeah.
Have this crazy ass on there.
Yeah, he wasn't crazy. He was actually calm. He was only in a few scenes just talking to her, but it's a lot. And even the show Ballers, it's not a reality TV show, but their athletes are crossing over into the TV world as a whole. So, like, I was surprised when I saw Warren Sapp on Dancing with the Stars. I was like, well, look at you, because I was a fan. That was the last time I stopped being a Buccaneers fan when he left. Because I just like Warren Sapp. He was funny. Wasn't he number 99, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. And that's one of my favorite numbers. So I was like, I got to go. And you got on red and black, like, let's go, you know? I almost said something, but I don't want to get beat up since we all stags on the phone. On the show. But let's talk about our favorite guy in the whole sports world. Can you guys figure out who it is? Jay, do you think you know who it is?
Kobe Bryant.
Okay. How did you know? You are like Mr. Cleo, huh? See, I knew it was something about you. Who do you think I'm talking about?
That basketball man.
Yes. See, Hugh, you're the real winner here. You are the real winner.
Oh, Jesus, help us, Lord.
You are in the green, and you get 3 gold stars. Let's talk LeVar Ball. So, if we have not had enough of him, this is actually a good story because he's not talking, okay, wait. His foot not in his mouth. His hands are, but his foot not. And I say that because he had a 4-point shootout with Ice Cube. I said it right this time. I didn't say Ice Cube. With Ice Cube. And Ice Cube said, if you make more shots than I do, then I will buy the old man's shoes that you made for your son's whole team. So that's 14 pairs of shoes for his son's traveling team. I don't know what Ice Cube got, but he should have said, if I win, you're going to shut the fuck up. You'll stop talking for a month. No cameras, no interviews, no nothing. That's what he should have did. Now, that would have been like the world. It would have been a resounding clap if that happened. But that's not what he said. I think it was just if he won, he won. But they had a shootout, and Ice Cube won. But LeVar, in his usual fashion, they both shot the ball at once. Ice Cube's went in, and it's clear that it's Ice Cube ball. But who threw their hands up like they did it? Our boy, Mr. Ball.
Did he? Did he do that for you? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He shot, and that was I was like, yeah. He put his hands up, like, yeah. Like, no, pineapples. You didn't, that wasn't yours. He made his shot at the last minute. Not minute, but like one of the last shots is when he finally made one. So Ice Cube won 2-1 when they said Ice Cube, when they saying who winning, He like, yeah, like it's him. Like, wait a minute, put your hands down. Put your hands down, Mr. Airball. Like, not Air Jordan, you're Airball. Mr. Airball Ball. That's funny. Anyway. Yeah, so what y'all think about this 4-point shot anyway? Just period. The whole 4-point shot. You think they need to add that to the NBA? Anybody?
Go ahead, Hugh.
It's a possibility. Hell, it seems like every damn shot on Steph Curry takes is 4-pointers. So why not put it in there and put a step on it? Damn. I mean, that dude shoot half-court shots every damn time. It's not even like he shoots from the regular 3-point line. It's like it's too easy for him. Shoot 3-pointers for that dude is like shooting, like doing a layup. So, yeah, I think that'll be actually cool, if they put that in there because he shoots deep as hell anyway, and I think that should be rewarded. I definitely do.
Special spot for y'all, good shooters. Make it from right here, you get them fours. That'll leave a lot of rebounds out there if they can't make it. But so, do you think that with your boy getting beaten this 4-point shootout that he, since he's supposed to be so awesome and so great and can beat Jordan, Steph, LeBron, everybody that's ever played basketball? What you think? Is this a keep him quiet for a minute?
I hope so.
No, hell no. Hell no. You already know that's not going. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now. If y'all haven't seen it,
oh, man.
Go to YouTube and look up Saturday Night Live LeVar Ball.
He went back on it?
No.
I thought he went on there already.
I don't know if he was on there or not, but Kenan Thompson did the LeVar Ball impression, man, and I was in tears laughing at it. It's hilarious. If y'all get a chance, look at it. It's a good watch. Y'all gonna get a hell of a laugh out of it. But it's not gonna shut him up. Nothing shuts him up. Nothing. So he can get dunked on anything, and he'll still talk junk. So nothing to shut LeVar Ball up, but the Grim Reaper, and probably the Grim Reaper won't shut him up either. Yeah, he'll probably challenge the Grim Reaper into a soul taking contest or some shit. I can take souls better than you, fool. Right. Crazy. What's wrong with the guy, man?
I took all my son's souls already.
That's funny.
There you go.
Mommy, wrong for that. Hey, Hugh, did you just hear what she just said, man? Oh, my God. She said, I took all my son's souls already.
Oh, damn. Yeah, she got a point there.
They just sit there and look.
Funny.
Just light skin and shit. Just growing.
Oh, damn. Got a point there. Got a point there.
Oh.
That's too funny.
Yeah, that whole family just
true.
sit there. He the only one be moving. Like, he all animated, just sit there and nod.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
That's too
that
funny.
A movie?
But it's true as hell.
It was a movie like that. Oh man, that's funny. See, CJ, you can't be angry the whole show. Your mood is better because you stop snapping.
Yeah, it is.
Or trying anyway.
It is.
I'm just saying.
It's
You
better.
be trying. So it's a fight happening on Saturday, right?
Okay.
True.
You want to call it that?
Against a smash out, a smashing. Can't do it. Oh, you're right.
Comedy ball.
And
That's what.
we need to figure out how we can get it going. So we can figure it out. So we can all watch it together and like give reports on the fight. Because Conor McGregor will be winning unless Floyd then paid the college tuition for the judges' kids and grandkids. Just saying. Because I don't see how he be winning and he runs so much. Like my son is on the track team and he runs, but Floyd run more in a square. My son be on the track. He be in the square running his ass off like he like a gnat. You know what I'm saying? Like they fly around, they land on you real quick and they run. That's what he do. So he got to be paying off of these judges. And yeah, so I think Conor is going to win. Y'all said he not, and his old sparring partner said he not because he get hit buttons to the body. He screamed like a girl, like he on the Housewife show or something. So, Hugh, you still say Mayweather go win?
Yes,
even
ma'am.
Even if he didn't pay the people off. Even if he didn't pay nobody off, he gonna win.
Yes, ma'am. Floyd too smart and too crafty. You in his backyard.
Yeah, I got Floyd too.
I just want Conor. It's like, you know how like they be talking about big dudes like they not fast or they not gonna run in the fight or chase you around, but as soon as they get you, it's done. I think Conor won. Like if Conor can just get to Floyd, if he can catch his little ass, he got to put some fly paper in the ring or something so he can just run into it. But if he can get him and land some of them UFC cauliflower ear punches that he can deliver, it's a wrap. I don't care what nobody said. Everybody know. They probably telling him that you better run like a butterfly, bee, gnat, anything, run. Because if he catch you, you going down. I'm telling you, he probably trained just running in circles. Get dizzy in the motherfucker. That's probably why he can't read good, because his ass too damn busy. Practicing running in the square. Anyway, let me leave Floyd alone, too. I gotta start talking about people, y'all. Y'all not helping nothing.
We love to talk about people.
You said what?
Hey, Hugh.
Yo, what's up?
They said Brock Osweiler is the clear favorite to win the quarterback position. How?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I just saw that. I thought they just
for Notre Dame Kaiser. I thought Kaiser played pretty good. No, man, they in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I really don't. I don't know how. But okay. My man know what he's doing. And before we get off, can we talk about him cooning right quick?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about him?
No.
What happened?
Cleveland Browns coach. Damn, what's his name?
Oh,
Hugh Jackson. You know right off the bat? Hugh Jackson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what this? You know what he said?
What did he say?
You said Hugh Jackman. That's the Wolverine.
He said Hugh Jackson. Stop it, mommy. I know what the hell I just said.
Sorry.
You know what I said.
Look, you already said your electronic devices are not acting right. So maybe your electronic device is not acting right, and I could not hear you, sir. We're not going to end the show like you tried to start it. Go ahead, talk about Hugh. The other Hugh. The other Hugh.
Yeah, not the Wolverine. But yeah, he said that it didn't really bother him if players, protested the flag and the anthem and stuff like that. But he said the anthem and the flag means a lot to him and stuff like that, and he he doesn't have to deal. They don't have to deal with that on their team. I thought that was the cooniest jump I ever heard in my life, man. And Shannon Sharp went off on him too on Undisputed. I was cracking up at it. Yeah, but if y'all get a chance, look at YouTube and look at Shannon Sharp talk about Hugh Jackson.
It's right here.
It was hilarious. Hilarious.
I will be looking at his coon ass.
So look, and I'm like, okay, well, what's wrong with that? And I looked him up after I took away Hugh Jackman, and they thought I was looking for a new Wolverine movie. I typed in Hugh Jackson, and I didn't know he was a black man. Look,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I almost thought he was Lovey Smith when I looked at him.
Yeah, damn.
He do kind of look like Lovey. Lovey is a little bit darker though.
And older.
Yeah.
I just saw the bald head black coach.
Oh, nigga, stupid.
That's so racist. Is that racist? Or is that, I don't know. Because all black people don't look alike. But if they bald headed, old, and short, and dark skinned as they do, it's like, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's crazy. There's so many coons coming out the woodwork since we got an orange president. It's like, it's getting crazy, man.
Yeah, they coming out, ain't they? The coons coming out, the Klan coming back out, and everything just going on, ain't they?
I'm about to remake that song. The freaks come out at night. It's gonna be the coons come out at night. Cause it
right.
Like these
coons come out at night.
Coons come out
with their tiki torches.
Yeah, it's really.
Coons and tiki torches.
Yeah. The coons come out at night. Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Did y'all see the coon train before? When they had all the people they thought was coons and they had them on like
oh yeah, I saw that.
They tried to do my boy Steve like that. I was heated.
Oh man, yeah. When you shared that, I was like, oh wow, is he really standing here saying this? Like, is he really standing with his black mouth talking these words? Nah.
He said with his black mouth.
I mean, I'm saying he black. How you standing there saying this stuff about? Now, I'm not a fan. I don't dislike Colin Kaepernick as I don't agree with him because if you was gonna sit for it, don't decide to stand for it because you don't have a job and you want a job. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue with Colin.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, he needs somebody needs to go off on him. Shannon Sharp needs to go off on Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about him next week. Right. Stephen A. scared. They done hit the teacup on Stephen A. Smith. The get out teacup. The lady just hit the little teacup on him.
Yeah,
that's what happened with that.
So you mean
we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah,
right. We're gonna talk about the train. We will talk about more football, of course.